Hello, everybody. All right, today is January 2nd of 2022. So we've made it into January. Yesterday I did a video on my, 75 hard journey and into phase one and why I was doing it and all that stuff. So I wanted to take a minute today because yesterday I made a comment. I said that I, used to listen to my bitch voice a lot. And so, if you've ever listened to anything by Andy Frisella, he talks about your bitch voice versus your boss voice. So I wanted to just kind of pop on here real quick and talk about that. Talk about your bitch voice versus your boss voice. So many of us listen to our bitch voice a lot. And our bitch voice is the voice that tells us that we can't do something, that why we can't do something. It's our voice that's full of excuses. It's, the dialogue that runs in our head when we are not living up to our full potential and not living our best lives. It's always in the background. And the more you start listening to your boss voice, so your boss voice is the voice that cheers you on, that tells you why you can do it, that motivates you, that really inspires you and pushes you forward in life. So the more you start listening to that boss voice, the quieter and quieter and quieter the bitch voice becomes. Now, you're always going to have that bitch voice in your head. It's just whether or not you listen to it. It's the wolf you feed. It's the voice you feed. Which one are you going to feed in your life? Are you going to feed the voice that tries to hold you down, that tries to get you to play small every single day? Or are you going to feed the voice that wants you to succeed, that wants you to move forward in life, and that really wants you to live up to your highest potential? Now, for so long, I listened to my bitch voice, as, do most of us, from time to time in our lives. But I really struggled listening to my boss voice. I really struggled living up to my potential. For a long time in my life, I played really small. And so a lot of us do this because of fear. So there's some sort of fear that we have. Fear of not being good enough. Fear of not being blank enough. You can put in there any words you want. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not fit enough. I'm not a good enough mom. I'm not a good enough wife. I'm not a good enough boss. I'm not a good enough employee. I'm not a good enough friend. I'm not a good enough sister. I'm not a good enough brother. Whatever you want to put in there, you can put that in there. And most of us do all through our lives about every single thing that we encounter. And I did this for a very long time. For a very, very long time, I really played small and I did not think I was good enough. And when we think something like that, we will find evidence of it all around us. So let me give you an example. What you're looking for is what you manifest in your life. What you're focused on is what gets bigger. And so if you're going to go buy a new car and maybe you're going to buy a new, Honda Pilot, which is, one of the bigger Honda SUVs. So you decide to buy a Honda Pilot. You do a little research. You're trying to figure out what color you want. Everything you see is going to be a Honda Pilot. They are going to be constantly on the road with you, constantly in front of you, behind you, passing you. You're passing them. Honda Pilots are going to be all over the place. And you're going to be like, damn, are there always this many Honda Pilots on the road? Well, yeah, you're just focused on it now. So that's what's manifesting in your life. So, when you focus on the negative, when you focus on the things that you don't want, when you focus on debt, when you focus on not being good enough, when you focus on not being smart enough or whatever, that's what manifests in your life. And, again, for a long time, I did this, especially when it comes to money. I always tell myself I'm kind of bad with money. I never really learned how to manage money. I don't really know what to do with money. I'm not really good with money. And up until recently, I had that inner dialogue with myself that I'm not good with money and that I can't really be trusted with money. And so I'm not going to pay myself very much. I'm going to make sure, my husband has more of the money because he's better with it anyway. So he can do all that kind of stuff. But I'm starting to shift that dialogue. I'm starting to seek out evidence that I'm good with money. And I have been good with money in the past, and I know when those things happen and when I have been able to save and really focus on a goal. And so I'm looking for evidence to support the fact that I am actually great with money, that I can be trusted with it, that I can manage it, and I know what to do with it, and I know how to invest it, and I know what role I want it to play in my life. And, I'm going into phase 1 of 75 Hard. I'm on day 2. I'm almost done. I think I have one more thing, my second workout, and that's all I need to do for phase 2 with my phase 1 of 75 Hard, the Live Hard year. But one of them is, one of the things that you do with phase 1 is 10 minutes of focused visualization. So what I'm focused on, what my visualization is right now is wealth and abundance and money. And I'm really, focusing on being good with money and, manifesting the fact that I can handle it and that I am good with it. And when you start to do that, it's not like everything changes in your life and everything shifts. I mean, it can, but when you start to visualize and manifest stuff, then you will start to innately do things in your life or align with things in your life that go towards that goal. So maybe money's one of yours. So maybe you'll enroll in a financial course. Maybe you'll hire a financial planner. Maybe you'll sit down and create a budget. I mean, there's so many things that once you start focusing on it, that you will do to align yourself with what you want. And that's the boss voice. That's the voice that doesn't look for excuses, that doesn't keep you stuck in those old patterns, that helps you move forward with life, that helps propel you forward with life. And really doing 75 Hard has really made me step into my boss voice. It's really made me realize that I have complete and utter control of what happens in my life. Within reason, I guess. When I say complete and utter control, I have control of what happens in my life, but there are things that are outside of my control. Like I'm driving around the highway and a drunk driver hits me. Okay, that's not in my control. So you understand what I say when I say I have complete and utter control of my life. But I realize that it's me. All the bad things that happen in my life that are, things that I could have created differently, we're all me. I'm the common denominator in my life. And so when I'm manifesting and when I'm thinking about, or when I'm listening to my bitch voice and all these bad things are happening, usually it's because of me. It's because of things that I'm bringing into my life. It's things that I'm aligning with that aren't in align with what I actually want. And that's because I maybe don't know what I actually want. And so that's something that I would encourage you to do, is sit down and figure out what you actually want in your life so you can start to listen to your boss voice around those things, because we'll stay stuck in old patterns if we don't have a clear direction on where we want to go. So, what I want you to do is figure out where you want to go, figure out the direction that you want in your life, and really start listening to that boss voice. And for a while, it's going to be hard, and you're going to have both voices, and the bitch voice might still be a little louder than the boss voice. But as things start to shift and as that boss voice gets louder, that bitch voice is going to start to silence a little bit. And that boss voice is going to be louder and louder and louder and louder until almost the only thing you hear is that boss voice. That's what's going to be in your ears. That's what's going to be in your head. That's what's going to be in your heart, is that boss voice. And that bitch voice will still be there, trying to grab you and trying to pull you down a little bit sometimes, and trying to get you to play small, maybe in certain areas of your life. But the more you can stand in your power, and the more you can actually listen to that boss voice, the better you're going to be. The more aligned you're going to be, the more fulfillment you're going to have, and the more amazing of a life that you're going to have. And isn't that kind of the goal of things, is to have an amazing life and to be able to do all these awesome, amazing things that we want to do? I mean, I know that's my goal. I know that's what I want. I have a lot of things that I want. I have a lot of things I'm going to be working on this year to drive me towards what I want. So as you go about your day, I want you to really think about your bitch voice and your boss voice. And I want you to think about which one you're feeding and which one's loudest. And I really want you to work on listening to that boss voice more, because that's what's going to drive you forward. All right. Well, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Tomorrow is Monday, so for a lot of people, it'll be your first work day of 2022. And remember, it's not new year, new me. That's kind of BS. It's new you if you choose to be new you. It's new you if you make different choices in life. It's new you if you listen to your boss voice. It's a new you if you step into the fire of life. If you truly step into your power and decide what it is that you want. All right. Well, I hope everybody has a fabulous rest of your day. It is almost dinner time here in Kansas right now. So I'm going to start making dinner soon. I hope everybody has a great day, great evening, great Monday, great week, great year, great life. I'll see you next time.